Hello, dear friends. The amount of important news that the new year brings is mind blowing. Opinion piece: two crucial years, 2024 and 25. Difficult transition, not a denouement, bursts of consciousness. Remember more than learn. Return to the creative source. Let's start. Several alternative futurists agree that the note of this film would take place during the years 2024 and 25, and that the outcome would come in 2026 with an ending happy, or a happy end. The 24th is the year of the dragon, but the 25th will be the year of the snake. They would be the two most crucial and difficult years in the history of the human race, because the transition from the old to the new system of civilization is not easy. But others say that the complete change would not take 2 years, but 2 generations. According to Steve Biko, the ascension would occur in approximately 2 years. In his view, the brutal behavior of Earth civilizations over millennia dimmed the light that was the life force of the planet, and it spiraled from its origin in high fifth density to deep third. Nearly 9 decades ago, a massive infusion of light from distant civilizations allowed the planet to begin to ascend, and it is now at the fourth lowest density. Not yet. Susan Ward points out that we have not yet finished traversing the fourth density. In quotes, an essential aspect of the process of any civilization outside of the third density is to experience duality, realizing that their divisions prevent us from living in peace and ultimately from harmoniously reconciling differences within communities, countries, and internationally. By doing so, people advance in soul growth enough to enter fourth density. The ever-increasing light has been bringing about this realization of heightened consciousness and spiritual renewal, and will continue to do so until the last vestiges of duality end in well reconciliation. The preparation is gradual, but the experience is sudden. Therefore, we can say that enlightenment is both gradual and sudden. Ascension is personal, that is, advancement in spiritual consciousness. It occurs individually, not en masse. Each of us has a choice of actions and reactions, says Susie, that allows us to move forward or backward in the evolutionary state. A person is purified of his problems, dislikes, resentments, and complaints, and prepares to experience the next stage of enlightenment. Memories. They are bursts of consciousness that some traditional philosophies consider ascension. Matthews sees them as progressive stages of consciously remembering what is known at the soul level. He views ascension as the process of remembering during the soul's journey back to the creative source. I have referred many times to learning our lessons, but in reality, there is nothing to learn. Everything that is, we already know at the soul level. Just as we are inseparable from the Creator, we are also inseparable from the universal mind. Consciously remembering everything we know is the journey through all of our lives. I can think of no other spiritual pursuit that interests me more than joining arms with everyone else around the planet to bring about peace as a contribution to the evolutionary development of our planet. We, the people, remain the creators of our future. War exists thanks to our acceptance. Remove our agreement and it can't happen. It cannot happen. All changes until the Earth enters fourth density will certainly be beneficial, but it is safe to say that the evolution of the soul, and therefore its many lives, will continue throughout eternity. The soul's journey of self-discovery will continue to unfold throughout the Golden Age and far beyond, until it returns to the creative source. Breaking news. The UN forecasts global economic growth of 2.4% in 2024. One in three UN countries embarked on the path of de-dollarization. Morgan Stanley lowers the outlook for the dollar from bullish to neutral after the fall in Treasury bonds. The downgrade of the dollar's rating coincides with the BRICS agenda. 38% of US companies plan to lay off in 2024. The Davos Forum annual meeting will take place from January 15th to 19th. Gold. Central banks bought 44 trillion gold in November. The People's Bank of China was the largest buyer of gold in 2023. Gold is about to exploit higher at the start of this third major bull market. HSBC launches tokenized physical gold on its platform. The new capability will maintain records of ownership of physical gold in a distributed ledger. The new service issues digital assets and digital custody, which is scheduled to launch in 2024. This indicates that we are entering an economy based on the gold standard. New system. According to the countdown clock, the revelations would begin in 5 days. There are signs that currencies will begin to flow this year to their real value according to Goldilocks. The timing of the global economy is at stake. According to Graham Hodgson from Australia, the banking system moved to the quantum financial system in 200 countries on Monday. New list of banks that are connected or are being connected to the QFS system. 97 of the top 100 central banks are covertly connected to this system. The remaining 82 smaller central banks are preparing for this transition. According to Michael Wilkerson, banks are not doing well because they continue to lose deposits and bank funding markets are not functioning properly. Although there is a scenario in which the banking sector makes a soft landing, the risk of another series of bank failures in 2024 remains. Most of the banking sources used by Bruce and Mark Steeder obtain only partial information, and that is why they keep everyone excited. My sources start from the idea that a certain event must occur for everything to go well. One can only speculate on what it could be. Something more unknown could be afoot. Geopolitics. Half of the planet's inhabitants will go to the polls in 2024. There is a rise in authoritarian regimes around the world. This could lead to human rights violations and new conflicts. The world is on the brink of an abyss. However, there is hope for a peaceful future if countries work together. They can resolve the crisis and prevent disasters. 2024 is the year of our reckoning, says Victor Davis Hansen. According to Antonella Werner, the upper floors have already been demolished, and we are now witnessing the controlled demolition of the base of the Dak Pyramid. The comfort zone is collapsing before their eyes. They have been placed at all levels of society. They are recognizable for their devotion to farce. Earth is destined to become the new core of an terrestrial civilization, as there is no other planet in the solar system suitable for surface habitation. According to Juan Osabi, in political philosophy, the phrase consent of the covenant refers to the idea that legitimacy and moral right of a government to use state power is only justified and legal when it is consented by the governed people of the society over which that political power is exercised. According to the bearded patriot, the Saint Germain Trust began operating on Christmas Day. After the New Year, they were able to continue with events related to the prosperity programs. They did not want people to see it because they are not prepared to educate the people. And it was announced through secondary channels. That announcement made it legal, and they will be able to move forward with the public announcement. Europe. The snow turns Spain white. Orange suffers a cyber attack that affects the internet access of its customers in Spain. Inflation in the Eurozone rose by 2.9% in December. X22 report. German farmers forced the government to back down, and now they are withdrawing taxes. Employment figures are manipulated and the German economy is collapsing. The high cost of energy drives inflation in France. France records a record number of company bankruptcies in 6 years. China. China attacks French cognac in the midst of a trade war with the European Union. The CCP will be immersed in multiple crises during the year 2024. Jude Bington believes that Chinese President Xi Jinping would be a white hat working with the BRICS nation to destroy the CCP and the dark side. Others believe that the Chinese leader would be an evil draconian. I don't know who is right. Xi Jinping continues his purge of senior military and foreign affairs leaders. 9 generals have already fallen. According to the Storm Rider, the Chinese military has activated its plan, and the Great Dragon Awakened operation will lead to the end of the CCP. Xi Jinping will destroy his own leadership to expose the regime's corruption. Crisis. The Middle East is on the verge of a regional war. Attacks on ships in the Red Sea triple the cost of some naval goods. Freight rates for ocean cargo have soared after an attempted attack on Wednesday and an attempt to hijack Maersk ship last Sunday forced shipping companies to suspend plans to restart transit through the Red Sea. 1,200 trucks trapped on the border between Ukraine and Poland due to a blockade. Sanctions against Russia are killing France, says the head of Patriots Party, Florian Philippot. The UN reports that the Russian economy performed better than expected in 2023. Musk wants the defeated West do not invade Russia. It is not a good idea, says Sorchafal. Egypt becomes the BRICS window to the Middle East and North Africa. The US suspends Boeing 737 MAX flights after a new incident. Blind vehicles remote control dies on your way to a futuristic robot war. A dog eats 4,000 euros of its owner's cash in Pittsburgh, USA. Americas. Red alert in several provinces of Argentina due to extreme heat. The first obstacles forced Milei to rethink his strategy. The shamans of Peru say that Milei will fall and that Trump will be president again. Colombia loses the venue of the 2027 Pan American Games and the Petro government is criticized. Giants sing in Brazil. Giant creatures sing in Florida. Nicaragua strengthens its bioceanic position with the expansion of its road infrastructure. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.